I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, the head coach for Job Search CoachingHQ.com, and welcome. I received a question from someone. The short version is, should you only be working with one headhunter/recruiter? I'm not sure what to do. What are the do's or don'ts? Now, I want to start off by saying, if you work in a town where it's very small and you want to work in that town, that one recruiter may have all the contacts that are relevant. However, the likelihood of that is very small. Let me use an example. You're in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. You're in Des Moines, Peoria, Skokie. These are reasonably sized cities, right? And you want to find a job. So let me start by saying the recruiter is not going to have access to every job in that town. However, what they're trying to do is to control you so that they can place you or have the potential of placing you in a job and thus earn a fee. That's a conflicting priority to yours. Your priority is to get a job. Their priority is to collect the fee. They only collect the fee if you take the job through them. If you take a job through someone else, because you're not working with a headhunter, you're working with a contingency recruiter. And as such, they want to collect the fee. And they're going to try to manipulate you. And I'm going to say it that way because you seem to be relatively experienced with the question that you've posed, because you've spoken about confusion, do's and don'ts, and stuff along those lines that suggests you're a relative beginner. So as a relative beginner, your interest is getting a job, right? And their interest is collecting a fee. They don't have access to every job in your town or city. They have access to a finite number of jobs, and they want it to go to their clients so they earn a fee. If their client isn't interested in hiring you, if their clients aren't interested in hiring you, you're sitting home, playing on your phone all day, wondering when you're going to get a phone call. Another recruiter may have some of the same jobs, but they may have some different ones as well. And another one after that, and another one after that, and another one after that. Your job is to be out there networking. Because here's the statistic, and I keep quoting this. Recruiters fill, I've seen it as low as, let me just make sure I have this right. 6% of all, job boards fill 6% of all positions. Recruiters fill 20 to 22% of all positions. I combine those numbers and round them up. 30% of all jobs are filled by job boards and recruiters. 70% are filled as a result of networking. And that networking is 49% of the people who find work as a result of people that their network introduces them to, who their network knows who they don't. So it's not your friend or your relationship who helps you get the job directly, but it's who they know who you don't. That's half of all jobs. Working with one recruiter takes that down to a microscopic few options. I'll speak for myself. When I did recruiting, I was a very successful headhunter. And I worked very closely with a few firms, let's say 5. My office handled a bunch of others. We had a 25-person office. If everyone in that office operated like me, you do the math about how many clients we had in New York and around the country, because we did national work. And we knew if our relationships were intense and quality with one organization, we could make a lot of money. But if you didn't fit those requirements, you were useless to us. Imagine if we said to you, we're the only recruiter. We're the only search firm that's going to represent you. No one else. You understand? You'd be out of work, right? Because we would only have 125 potential clients to introduce you to. Each might have a lot of different jobs, but still 500 jobs, 600 jobs out of an entire country. So no, don't work with only one recruiter. It doesn't necessarily serve your interest. It serves their interest. So I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm a coach, as you might have gathered from my hat, and I coach people throughout their job search. If you're interested in my helping you, visit my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. Book some time with me or order some time with me. I'd be very happy to help you. You can see at my site the nature of the services that I offer. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, send a connection request to me at linkedin.com/IN/the-big-game-hunter. Mention that you saw this. I'd love to help you. And in addition, I just want to say that if you have a question, if you'd like an answer to a short question, nothing that involves lots of paragraphs. I won't respond to a long story at all. But if you have a short question, your question may be the subject of one of these videos. Hope you have a great day. Take care.